the RCM in Martinez. What? Of course. Me? I am pleased to meet you too. Of course. Where to? No problem. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then...
Sure.
Before you stand vapor eminent. This must in the cabin. You are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a scent of leather, the frequency, the soft.
Hello, Alice.
Operating under the green prime line, a yellow.
Just a sec.
The man.
10, 18, 10, 4. Is it him? Says he lost. He what? He lost his cooler? Dick, fuck it. It's opposite.
Dick, defend yourself. Immediate.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm the...
Fuck me!
What's going on?
Super Cup.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn... 10-9.
No hot.
Ask him. Sergeant Dor...
Check your pockets. Check your... Okay.
10-9, coming officer.
Lying?
He says he needs 5. Losing his badge. We're all glad to hear you've not lost... Roger that.
This is precinct 57, of course. What is the number of...
Yes.
Received.
Give it to me.
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do? No? What? No one, you know.
Legally.
Okay.
Push her further.
I didn't know. Yes. I know. No, people don't have them.
So the union had...
It was someone else. We'll find them.
Yeah, go on. You mean what?
Why not?
What? No, what? Please.
God.
I already said I don't want to talk. Yes,
This exact conversation.
Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes.
Please, no. Not this again. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out. Off of... I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, uniform. I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in it. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. Then there was your room, your project, an experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me, threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is, the coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do. No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something. All sorts of things. The OO, some disco, rock too. Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set, a metallic.
Take what you need.
The pry bar feels not useful for open the handles. You can do good. It's robust. Lets you see things. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gate. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large.
There's no use pressing the heat button.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mailbox does not know how to man up. It is an inanimate object. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comfortable.
We can sit on benches after we've solved it.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24.
What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bullets. Right their wrongs.
Yes, why did you come here? You never know. He might know something.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has pressed me in Martinez. The union is the law. So can you really believe cop is a pejorative term? I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
It is true, sire. He knows nothing. This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spec that's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts. Lanky, weather-worn wooden planks. An X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height, to be strived to. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. Because this is no ordinary wall, it is sublime. Look at it. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God. O Wall Father.
Huh?
He sounds tired of it all.
I suppose we have to pass by it again at some point anyway.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my
Apparently, she doesn't like logic error.
pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea.
nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, Mike.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at...
All right, but make it quick. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme.
We will remove the body as soon as possible.
Oh. You already asked me that.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you two. Some more must...
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See...
You didn't answer the question.
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply. Gesturing no.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as it's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment. There must be another way into the building.
A stone, like any other. There's a key beneath it.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk, no reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shekel is better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. The shekel snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to end.
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with Krashmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young commune.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abruptly, but a poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to.
It's generally easier to...
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronch. I'm fine. Now, what?
She's the cleaning lady.
I'm no one. If you could call it living, it's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while.
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's all...
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to it.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the...
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and
The streets will not flow red with it.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested. Sod off, pig man. Art is above the law.
A brush? An artist? That smell coming from her paint bucket, red-dyed heavy fuel oil, is only used in government vehicles, or at least...
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and...
Actually, there is a shortage of people who...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands? What for? But boring. I ain't helping. What do you think Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off. Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy.
You don't have the skills to execute something like that. She squints her eyes.
On fire. I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that. Didn't we all? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need... Then get your brush.
Oops, my apologies. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try a different approach.
Ooh, police brutality. Have you got any kids? But fine, take the brush.
You know what you should be able to find in your government issue? That beautiful wall deserves nothing less.
My fuel oil is for my kinema. Use your own fuel if you are unable to contain your artistic impulses.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more the woman on the...
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on...
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid.
Good idea, piggies. Run. Watch your back.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into...
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter?
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the...
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Everything, right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines counter...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation. Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more...
ludicrous even. It's meant.
There are leaflets everywhere and banners. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Mr. Clare told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes, keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you...
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term is foreman is how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with...
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened... And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to...
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to... Does it? The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I do believe you, naive as that may sound.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stone, or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on the... What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild pine...
Ingredients for...
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. but in transit they may be...
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clear.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find... Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course, Detective.
Got this?
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah, nappa goofy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
It's loving in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like 2 black holes in his...
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous.
Yeah, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake! You should throw the rake!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such for... You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in them. 1, standard work boot. Steel 2, standard work boot. Steel 3, hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. 4, standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. 5, another standard work boot. 6, an aberration, light as air. 7, the glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. But the imprints are twice. 8, and yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear a...
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south, toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? Mm-hmm. A woman? Or a kid? Okay.
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
That's okay. Go on. 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight.
From here, the boots the victim wears.
It's bad. Very bad. Before you can heave, the wind changes direction again.
He appears to be wearing some kind of armored boots. I can't see any exotic prints here. Which ones? That's a tree. I think we're close to a conclusion here. I do. One of them carried him.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame.
It is not.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havasha. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last one.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is the lieutenant's eyes.
Either way. What else?
This trash container is locked. The slide just, your fingers start to itch just looking at it.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or... We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
You force open the sealed metal lid with your goddamn bare hands. It is open now. It could not resist your suprahuman. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This isn't...
You see milk and egg rest with one... You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soleil cereal. There are among the threadbare kitchen towels. Something catches your eye as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early... Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash can. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly...
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab.
It's just organic. What's this? The garbage stinks in front. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
kid moves his hands like a buck. Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop question.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno,
He's trying to hide the fact that he...
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Probably climbed. Kuno, you heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno...
Don't tell him that.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno City. Night City.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about...
It's impossible to deduce what it is about. At least...
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggot.
Your test...
Get lost.
Kuno does...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, it's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendon.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the world. These are clearly not boots. There are...
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic. It's all you, baby.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you...
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, Ab?
I don't know, baby. I don't know.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot? It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. For a full set, about...
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumption. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
The cadaver slowly twists. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged poly. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt. Big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6 ropes.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small...
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to...
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only...
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a...
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. Dark brown hair grows on his head.
I'm gone. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in... I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes. I'm a killer. A motherfucker. Go ahead. What do you mean? It's the power of your... You mad? Go ahead. Ask me more. Because you're a copperoonie. Look, here you go, you loony. Fuck no. You're no... Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. Good for you. Because you have. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. Of course, you have come back later.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before... This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest...
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Stop talking.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into...
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram.
The fuck he saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe.
There is no breath to catch.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done. The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the air. Someone else? You mean like the police? Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't climb up there, and there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang, bang!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch.
Where? Ah, yes, I see.
Yeah, now we...
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to...
I'll blow his head.
Take it!
Yeah, take...
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader. Ascetic, he then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's desk was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but the...
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains in... Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position. I have to say, it's beginning to look
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting... Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
This is the...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka! Take it and shoot it!
The cold piece of...
The fuck are you waiting?
The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Ace is high.
The ace is high, a custom invent. The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation.
I knew these guys were...
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before...
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released some...
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy. Yes, the 4 phases of a murder scene. I'm satisfied with that part. The trash container, the prints. 2. Initial examination of the victim. We were pretty good in our efforts. 3. Field autopsy. This will not be...
The fuck are they on a...
Cops are gonna cut his...
4 and final. Transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. God, it stinks. No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From crime scene to autopsy to cleanup, we do it all. Your station would not have assigned you the case otherwise. This case is important. In the meantime, we should try to interview Everard Clare, the leader of the union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go.
The rotting man. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38th single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
I hope we do. It's getting really...
The rotting man. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's...
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should have... In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
Now they only have one.
Officer, what haven't you lost? Good. Otherwise, you would only have one shoe. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually. But only if it helps move things right. The autopsy form is near the end.
The dead man stares in silence. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first.
That's you. Just leave it empty.
The corpse lies there, indifferent to your...
KK57. Next. NA. Roughly...
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to it. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. The pudgy mess of curdled meat.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male. With his pregnant...
We're still going with March 4. What else? 9.
KK57.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A silent nod. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hang, well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stone.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Talking shit about...
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to
You got just the right tool for that. the chain cutters. The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Careful.
See, my pig is gonna.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact. Genitalia...
No! It's good.
I fucking...
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat.
Last item, hands. Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral.
I think that may well be the moral of every story of good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it. Gently, you hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh.
Yeah, jack that!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present. Hepatobiliary. NA. Same for toxicology and serology. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 feels.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. And your opinion, officer? Fatal injury by seagulls? Yes, that's right. What's next? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones.
No, it's not.
Fucking fail as shit,
Bitch saying your injuries weren't fatal.
I do what I want, see?
Right. Next. Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Why do you say that? Is it the Siegel murder again, or are you serious? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal? Now you're just undermining yourself for the sake of it. What's strange is, I agree. I was sure we had our cause of death here, and now let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man. You tilt your head. Also, I'm sure we didn't get... Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's rough. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything, they are swollen shut. Only the little one fit.
The fuck is...
The thing you're looking for, it's not there. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
I see it.
Kuno is silent. A black trickle of liquid runs. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for...
Fucking... shit, see?
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What this man will never sleep. Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structure, this is what he used to regulate his emotions with. The lieutenant answers with a...
Fucking cavity, see?
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound, your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly, ice-cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and in. You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all the inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove, sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small...
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his arm.
A non-calibre. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. Of course, you deserve it. Looks like we need to add one more item to your injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I have had my doubts for a while now, since I saw there were no signs of struggle on his hands, and no claw marks on his neck. There have been other signs too, small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me. Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. We put him in a bag and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. The body bag should contain... I would drive him to processing, but it's too late to do that today. One more thing. This was really good work, detective. All right. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.